PolishLynx here, welcome to Sakura Forst Girls 2. We will not go into the details of the first installment. If you want to know exactly what happened there, you can check the playlist. We are jumping to Sakura Forst Girls 2 today. We'll continue our journey. Let's see if we can achieve the goal of Yaya's and Aiyana's and partially Maia's, I guess. We'll see. Let's get to it. Sakura Forst Girls 2. But to be fair, we are after the introduction, so let's just right now jump straight to the game. I've been having a lot of nostalgic dreams lately. In my dreams, I see myself as I was 3 years ago, with my two best friends, Koko and Aiyana. The three of us used to be inseparable. We were born in the same village, and we whiled away our days together. We vowed we would always be friends, no matter what. But then, the disaster struck. Our village was attacked by hideous, slimy monsters, the likes of which I'd never seen before. Our homes were ruined, personal effects lost, and our food supplies devoured. Nobody was hurt during the attack, but our people were scattered. Koko and her family disappeared, and since that day, their whereabouts has been a mystery. Aiyana and I vowed we would try to find her when we became old enough to leave our village. We waited until we both reached our 21st year. What are you, American? Then set off on a journey. Anyway, we've been searching for Koko for several months now, in unfamiliar villages and unfamiliar forests. During our travels, we met a strange merchant called Mika. She was particularly taken with Aiyana's hair, and she traded us a fancy-looking trinket in exchange for Aiyana's white tresses. After securing locks of Aiyana's hair, she then pointed us in the direction of a woman who could aid us in our quest, the mysterious witch, Maia. I and I tried to enlist Maia's help, but Maia was stubborn. She refused to aid us unless we offered her something of equal value. Aiyana and I had no choice but to capitulate to Maia's demands. For a brief spell, the pair of us lived with her. We performed any number of menial household chores for Maia's sake, in an attempt to win her favor. At one point, I even had to let myself be used as a chair. That particular indignity still smarts. But it all worked out in the end. Eventually, Maia realized how serious Aiyana and I were about finding Koko, and she agreed to help us. She had Aiyana and I partake in a ritual, during which she asked the spirits to divine Koko's location. The spirits pointed us in the direction of a village located deep in the woods, and that is where I am now headed. I'm determined to find Koko again. I'm sure I'll be able to do it. Now I have both Aiyana and Maia to help me. I'm sure there will be a touching reunion once Aiyana and I see Koko again. We'll both rush forth to embrace her, as we did many times in the past, all three of us smiling. It will be like the passing years never happened. My journey will come to a close, and my dreams will all have come true. I can hardly wait. I can't quite say what will happen after our reunion. Perhaps Aiyana and I will return to our village with Koko, or perhaps she will decline our offer. There is every chance Koko and her family have put down roots in a new village somewhere. Koko might not want to stay with us, but I am prepared to accept her decision. I only want to know if she's alright. Then, I should be able to move on with my own life. I want to spend my future with Aiyana, Maia, Yaya and Maia. I'm not sure. The answer will be, I believe, Aiyana. Why would we say someone else? Aiyana. Right at this moment, we are kind of going with with the first ending of first Sakura game, basically, that we've done. Haven't seen it? Playlist is in the description. Actually, it might have also popped up in the corner right now. She's my dear childhood friend, and I adore her more than I can express. In fact, I think we may have been more than friends now. We've actually kissed, and we even kissed some more. Well, I shouldn't focus on that too much for right at this moment. I can afford to let idle musings distract me, not when I'm so close to accomplishing my goal. We should be at our destination soon. That's what Maia's been telling us in any event, but I'm starting to get restless. How much longer is she expecting us to walk? Also, I think I have a hair on glasses, which is kind of annoying. Hey, Maia! I hurry along behind Maia, my soul slapping against the uneven ground. And yes, that was my voice when I do the dialogue for Yaya. But this is her inner thoughts. Anyway. Are we nearly there yet? Patience, my little warrior. We should be there soon. That's what you said an hour ago. And now, we are precisely 1 hour closer to our destination than we were before. That is something to celebrate. Don't pout so, dear. You'll ruin your pretty face. Maia pokes me in the cheek and I pout. I've been trekking through the forest with Maia and Aiyana for the last 6 days or so. We're headed to a village presided over by a princess called Ari, where Koko is supposedly staying. To get to this village, we need to navigate our way along uneven dirt tracks, which went through tall trees. The village is quite a distance away, but I suppose it could be worse. The distance we need to cover is manageable, even if the journey itself is tedious, and we haven't run into any major obstacles. I've been hunting fish and rabbits for us to eat, which Aiyana skins and cooks. We pause intermittently at streams and rivers to bathe, and at night Maia constructs a tent for us to sleep in with her magic. Having Maia around is awfully convenient. Her powers mitigate the need to sleep under the stars. Back when it was just Aiyana and I, we had to take shelter where we could find it, and when we couldn't, we had to sleep on the dirt. I'm grateful for Maia's presence. Goodness me, your cheeks are so soft. I could pinch them for all eternity. Ooh-hoo-hoo-hoo. Wait. Ooh-hoo-hoo-hoo. But she's as irritating as she's useful. She never passes up a chance to tease me, and she's way too touchy-feely. Hey! I knock Maia's hand aside, pouting. Stop pinching my cheeks! It hurts! Perhaps it does, but hurts me even more when you rebuff my advances. Don't be so cold, Yaya. Maia clings to my arm, her voluptuous chest pushed up against me. You are pretty voluptuous too, by the way. Anyway. My arm has a bit of a muscle to it, thanks to my years spent practicing with the spear. Then you look at her arm and you think, what? She's strong though, but it's no match for Maia's impressive assets. You know what? I feel like Yaya's assets are still more impressive. Don't you guys think the same? I think they are. Anyway, Maia has been swallowed by her ample cleavage. Stop clinging to me! I don't exist for your amusement, you know! Are you quite sure about that, dear? I'm sure. Now, get off! Oh dear. Maia pouts. Do you truly dislike my company? Please don't say stuff that... Wait. Please don't say that my affections are bothering you. Yes, they are bothering me. We'll never reach the destination if you cling to me like this. We're losing valuable time. It will be fine, dear. Like I said, we are almost there. And like I said, you said that an hour ago. And I stand by what I said. We should get to our destination well before sundown. So before then, why don't we indulge in our desires? We might as well, while we still have the chance. Our hands will be full with searching for Koko, I fear, once we arrive at Ari's village. So please, fill your hands with my body while you have the chance. My soft mounts squish against me again, sending a chill down my spine. I don't want to react to her provocations, but... My, how you've stiffened. Your back is straighter than an arrow and your teeth are gritted. Don't look so pained, dear. I'm not trying to hurt you. I just want to make you feel good. Let me ease your suffering. Yeah, right. I scoff. You could never ease any of my suffering. You're the one making me suffer. Now get off. I mean it. I push at Maia with a bit more force, and this time she relents. She steps back, pouting, and peers at me. I see you are as stubborn as always. Not even my honeyed words can win you over, nor my curvaceous fear. Ah, well, it's your loss. That was quite amusing diversion, but we really must be on our way. Let's stop wasting time. I thought you want to get to the village quickly, dear. I'm wasting time? I just to myself, stung by the injustice of this accusation. Did I remind that you were the one rubbing your chest against my arm? Perhaps I was, but how can I help myself when your face turns sour at the slightest provocation? You only have yourself to blame my behavior. I would not be acting thus if you weren't so lovely. Alright, that does it. Don't try to pin your wanton libido on me, you... Yes? What am I? You she-devil! A she-devil am I? I suppose that is not an inaccurate statement. Or should I say assessment? We witches are often compared to devils. Now, you two. Aiyana, my softly spoken childhood friend, pipes out, her blue eyes soft with concern. You know when I will be concerned? When the new character will appear and I will not have a voice. Please don't fight. We're supposed to be working together. Let us put our differences aside and make up, alright? Aiyana is right. This is the same voice basically. God damn it. I don't have that many voices. I wish I had, but I don't. Aiyana is right. Let's make friends, shall we, Yaya? I pout. You can't trick me. Well, I know you want to be more than just friends. My. Was it that obvious? You're incredibly obvious. But I guess that makes you trustworthy. Does it? You did help us look for Koko, and you've done a good job leading us through the forest, so... I guess I can forgive you for your nasty habits. I don't want us to argue either. I'm glad to hear it. Maia beams, then gives Aiyana a thumbs up. Thank you for smoothing things out, dear. You'd make a wonderful negotiator. I'm not so sure about that. I don't like talking very much. And when I do, I trip over my words. I'm a poor orator, but... Thank you. Don't mention it. You really are a darling. You need to do something about your low self-esteem for... The three of us resume our journey through the woods. The grass sways about my feet, while the leaves overhead shift in a breeze. You know, that's also why I would love to have all the visual novels. Voiceovers. So I don't have to make the voices. Did I read the entire line? 2 lines? I think so. Trees tower about us, tall and proud. The mosaic of sky I can see through the leaves. Overhead is bright blue, the sun bright and golden. It's a lovely day. I wonder what Ari's village will be like. Will it be at all similar to the village Yaya and I grew up in? I hope the people there will be friendly, but there are no guarantees. What if they turn us away? I look at Maia and Aiyana. They are a bit worse for wear after our journey. Their hair messy, their clothes rumpled. I'm sure look much the same. We've been buffing where we can, but it's hard to stay spick and span when you're traveling through the woods. Now I'm starting to worry. Maybe we should find a river and wash ourselves before continuing? Oh? Maia glanced at me from over the shoulder. That is an unusual suggestion coming from you. I thought you were determined to get there as quickly as our feet can carry us. That was the idea, yeah. But first impressions are important. We need to look as reputable as possible when we arrive at the princess's village. I don't want to risk being turned away because we look dirty. Oh, that is a good point. I was going to suggest myself, actually. It's been a few days since last I bathed. Oh my god. Few days? Holy crap. And I feel awfully grimy. I feel awfully grimy after a whole day. And I take a shower in the morning. And I need to take a shower in the evening then. Me too. I have no complaints. Very good. Maia grins. Fortunately, I believe there is a river not so far away. Let us make haste. Maia leads Yaya and I through the forest. Her strength is purposeful, and she keeps her head held high. For a reclusive witch who spent many years holed away inside her home, granting occasional wishes to travelers, she sure seems to know the way around. She must be familiar with this part of the forest. I mean, didn't she say she's been to that princess's place? Whatever it was called? Did she canvass in her youth before she'd achieved such a notoriety? What was Maia like before she became a fully fledged witch? Now that's an interesting thought. I can't imagine Maia as anything less than she is now. Proud, confident, and supremely boastful. She looks and acts like one perfectly at ease in their own skin. In that sense, she is the direct opposite of Aiyana. Fortunately, this forest hasn't changed since my girlhood. It is very easy to navigate. If my memory serves me well, the river should be past this tree and then... Maia leads Aiyana and I into a clearing. The trees are thinner here, allowing the golden sunlight to spill onto the grass. There, searching for us, is a river. Its waters are clear and crystalline, and they ripple mysteriously. The riverbed is stamped with rocks, which break through the relatively shallow surface of the water. I clicked, come on. The gently flowing current breaks against the rocks, and droplets of moisture trickle down their smooth sides. Trees line the river, their boughs shifting in the breeze. It's a picturesque location, but that's not why I'm staring. My, I did not expect this. We're not alone. Achievement unlocked, a mysterious stranger. Oh boy. The new voice. I don't have any, I think. A woman stands in the river, up to her knees in the water. Her skin is uncommonly pale, and her pink hair falls about her shoulders in waves. She needs like a really adultish, like high-tier person voice, which is a problem. She's wearing an intricately patterned dress made from a lush, Bright red fabric, golden tassels, and beads adorn the hem of her dress, and a hoodie is draped over her head. The woman's fingers pinch the train of her dress to stop it trailing into the water. I don't know much about clothes, but her outfit looks expensive. It's not the sort of dress you'd think to wear to take a dip in the river. Could she be royalty? Maybe she's the princess we've been searching for. Well met, madame. Maia is the first to recover from her shock. She greets the woman with a cordial smile. Where, might ask, do you hail from? Not so far away as you do, I'll wager. The woman replies to Maia's query with a faint smile, her grey eyes half-lidded. I've not seen you three around here before. I take it you are travelers? That is correct, yes. Are you a native of these parts? Perhaps, but then again, perhaps not. The woman giggles. You'll find out in due course, should our paths cross again, which I imagine they will. All meetings will happen for a reason. The woman laughs. Her laughter is exceedingly similar to Maia's, and like Maia's, it sends a shiver down my spine. I don't know why, but this woman's half-lit gaze is making me feel uncomfortable. It's a warm day, but my skin is starting to prickle. Maia too looks uncommonly tense. She grits her teeth together, her eyes narrowed. You're not an ordinary person, are you? My, how straightforward of you. The woman titters. Is that any way to speak to a stranger? I am somewhat offended. I may possess powers others do not, but I'm still an ordinary human. There is nothing abnormal about me. My abilities could not possibly compare to yours. I am not a monster, you see. What was that? Oh, nothing. The woman smiles, then steps out of the river. Her feet are bare, and droplets of water glisten between her toes. I shall take my leave, travelers. Have a safe journey. I know this will not be our last encounter. The woman laughs and then departs. I watch as she leaves, still barefoot, and the hem of her luxuriant dress shifting with each step. Soon the surrounding trees swallow her and she disappears. She's gone, taking the tense atmosphere with her. My shoulders slump, relieved. I let out a breath of air, and I didn't realize I was holding. I have no idea who that woman is, where she comes from, or what she's called, but something about her screams, "Trouble!" For a while there, I was seriously afraid she and Maia would come to blows. Would be a good thing if you had the pillow. Right, Yaya? With the pillow you would stop anyone. Check the previous game if you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm glad we were able to avoid the fight, but... Who was that anyway? I wonder. Maia ponders, one hand beneath her chin. She's no ordinary woman, no matter what she said. The mana hanging about her was too dense for that. This is a most curious development. But never mind that, we still need to buff ourselves, so we might be presentable to Prince S.R.E. Now, Yaya. Do you need help taking off your clothes? I'll be fine, thanks. I shoot Maia down swiftly, my arms folded. I've been dressing and dressing myself since I was 5 years old. I can handle it. Boo, that's so boring. Life can't always be exciting. Get used to it. Honestly, Maia is such a pain. I can scarcely believe I've grown as fond of her as I have. It's funny how things work out. Well. Isn't this quite quaint? Maia giggles as she glances about our surroundings. It took a while to get here, after our dip in the river, but now we finally reached our destination. We're at the Princess Ari's village, where according to the spirits Maia consulted, Koko is. We were greeted at the village gates by a couple of guards. For greeted might not perhaps be the right word. They were suspicious of us at first and demanded we state our business. Maia, being the leader of this little operation, spoke up on behalf of Aiyana and I. She explained that we were travelers and we needed somewhere to lay our weary heads. Maia spun quite the convincing sub-story, but the guards remained skeptical. Apparently this village and those near it has been blighted by a drought for the last few months. I could see signs of this myself during our walk here. The forest about the lake was green and verdant, but began to thin out the closer we got to our destination, the grass underfoot browning, the trees withering. No rain has fallen upon this village for quite some time. Gotta get this irrigation system running. The people must be hungry. It's little wonder the guards were so disinclined to let us within their village's walls. But Maia continued to wheedle and whine until the guards had no choice but to stand aside and let us enter. Please do not turn us away. We are weary travelers, and we have nowhere left to turn. We are perilously low on food, and if we are consigned to spend the night outdoors, we may die. Find it in your hearts to allow us to entry, if only for a night or two. That's what Maia said. She got us into this fabricated melodrama. Tears began to bat in her eyes. She sounded so convincing, even I felt inclined to believe her. Maia's not just a talented witch, she's also an incredible actress. The guards eventually bought Maia's tall tale and they let us into the village. I believe we were let inside. Our plans would have been ruined if we face opposition so early on. A quick cursory scan shows this village isn't all that dissimilar from the one Aiyana and I grew up in. It's quite small, with only a handful of tents scattered about. And yet they have a princess. I can't guess at the population, but I wager a few hundred people live here, enclosed among the village's wooden walls. Unless we are not there yet. Judging by all the tents, there could be about 300, maybe 400 people in this settlement. Beyond the tents I can see farmland, which is also enclosed by the village's wooden walls. The fields look dry and barren, the earth cracked from the intense sun. I can't imagine many crops growing here. A few cows and pigs can be seen in pens by the fields, but they look skinny and emaciated. This village must be suffering a good deal, but you wouldn't think that. To look at its villagers, they continue about their daily lives uncomplaining, and a few even nod at us in acknowledgement as they pass us by. This village seems a friendly one, on the whole. I'm glad Koko wound up at a place like this. If indeed she's here, she'd fit right at home among these smiling people. Do you think we'll find Koko here? Huh? We should. My rituals have never led me wrong before. Then let's start looking around. I stretched my arms above my head, invigorated with newfound enthusiasm. Why don't we split up? I'll question people working the fields, Aiyana, Maia, you should question the people still in their tents. If we divide up the work, we should be able to ferret her out before sundown. I set off, my shoulders squared. Not so fast. Hold your horses. But I am so soon intercepted by Maia. She clamps her head up on my shoulder with no small amount of force. Her pointed nails dig into my bare skin and I wince. Ow! What's the big idea? We might have arrived at this village, but we still haven't found Koko. We can afford to sit on our roars, hoping our paths will cross. We need to take the decisive action. I understand that you wish to see your friend again, Yaya. Truly, your devotion is astounding. But there's such a thing as being too decisive. What are you talking about? I scowl. It's been 3 years since I last saw Koko. I don't want to wait another second longer. You have no idea how much I've missed her. Perhaps not, but I am aware of how much Koko means to you. That is why I'm asking you to stand down. This village's guards may have permitted us to entry to their home, but their acceptance was grudging the best. We would make a poor impression if, upon arriving here, we began to interrogate the villagers. That would only make us seem suspicious. If we are too tactless, we may risk being ejected from this village by force. Then we'll have no chance to search for your precious Koko. Huh? Huh? What did really happen? Do you want to find out? I guess not, no. I hate to admit it, but you might have a point. The villagers would all turn against us if we barged into their tents unannounced, huh? We're strangers after all. We can't be too forceful. Good. I'm glad you have come to the same conclusion as I, for it took a bit of prompting. So what you're planning? How will we find Koko without turning the villagers against us? It is quite simple. Rather than ask random villagers indiscriminately, we need only to speak the person in charge of this whole village. The person in charge? My brow furrows. Huh? You don't mean the princess, do you? Ding ding, we have a winner. Maia grins, then gives my ponytail another playful tug. Ow! Ow, wow, wow! At least I think she means to be playful, but it hurts quite a bit. Was that on purpose? It's hard to tell with Maia. Our first order of business, now we have arrived at this village, should be to seek a private audience with the princess. I think it would be to seek a lodging, but okay. Should know every single person who resides within this village walls. If anybody can tell us whether Koko still dwells here, it would be her. And if Koko isn't here, what happens then? Then the princess should know where she has gone. In her case, we will learn of Koko's whereabouts in far less time than it would take to scour every inch of this village. I guess you've got a point. I think I can see a flaw with your plan. I frown. You take it for granted we'll get an audience with the princess, but isn't it presumptuous? I mean, she's a princess. Why would she talk to commoners like us? We're total strangers. There's no way she'd be willing to hear us out, right? If we wish to speak to somebody as exalted as she, should we build our reputation, the community first? And suddenly, imagine if right now, like Sakura Forst Girls 2 became an RPG, like Sakura Dungeon. Even if for a moment, right? And you get some missions now, like let's say few quests, like 5 quests, that you actually have to RPG your way through. Oh, dude. Wing Cloud, you know that's what people are waiting for. Actually, I've seen they are working on something that is not purely a visual novel, so you might want to keep your eyes on the lookout for that. Perhaps we ought to help the farmers till their fields, or take on quests. If we were ordinary people, I suppose that is what we would have to do, yes. Maia smiles coyly. But I am Maia, the fabled witch, and I'm no ordinary. I have no need to engage in pointless busy work like a common serf. And now, you know, after this line, moving to a scene with the princess. So, in order to get that information, you shall do some quests for me. Dude, I will need a 5th voice. God damn it. And already number Aiyana and Maia are similar. And also that mysterious lady from the river was similar to those two. I don't know, I feel like over time, somehow my repertoire of voices got cut down. I'm so disappointed in myself. Anyway, before we continue, let us end the episode. Because a certain person recording this video has to go to work tomorrow. Or should I say has to get up for work, given that I work remotely. And that's a wrap. The beginning of Sakura Forst Girls 2, not so bad. We've got quite interesting encounter. I guess we'll eventually find out more about the mysterious stranger that we've run into. I guess we might meet some more people as well, given that we are in this village. I have a feeling Koko will not be in that village, to be honest. But maybe I'm mistaken, and there will be an encounter with her. That's about it. We'll guess in the next episodes. I guess we'll find out in the next episodes. Yeah. For now, if you want to, find the lovely Sakura Forst Girls 2 next videos in your subscription box, consider using that free subscription button. Also, you can take into consideration liking and commenting, because that helps a lot. You might as well go to my socials if you have some spare time to do that as well. For now, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you have a wonderful day. And really, I see you real soon. Bye bye.